Information on mixed-race couples was sparse up until 1985. Then a government survey showed that 27% of black British men and 14% of black British women were in a mixed marriage. But have attitudes changed?
They don't do some of the things they once did. Whether that means attitudes have changed, I don't think so. I think we have the same anxieties, the same worries, only the worries have spread across the community, so that the worries and antipathy that you got in the white community now exist in the black community.
Well, there were a group of black women, I think, having dinner one night, and they were all chatting away. And they described me, I wasn't there, as being black by day because I worked in a community relations council, and white by night. And somebody told me the next day about this, and I was very incensed that that they were talking about me anyway, and B, that they were making a judgment about me as a person because of my marriage.
Perhaps you'd meet me one evening from work or something like that, and then it would be shock, horror, and eyes don't meet yours, you know, when they're talking to you for a few days, and then they get around to the kind of cosy little questioning. The women will give you these questions, you know, what's it like, and you know, and what's it like being with a black man, and is it true what they say about black men? All of those little questions that they never dream of asking you if you're married to a white man.
In 1980, 50% of white people surveyed opposed the idea of mixed marriages. A new survey in 1994 saw this figure drop to 25%. However, just 20% of black people were still against the idea of black marrying white.
Bye, guys.
Black opposition to mixed marriages is often expressed when high-profile black men choose white partners. In recent focus group studies, some black women saw it as a rejection of themselves and a poor example to younger black men.
Derek Redmond, on his injury problem, the jinx has struck again.
Derek Redmond tragically crashes out of the 1992 Olympics, but it did lead to him meeting his future wife, Olympic swimmer Sharon Davis. They have been married for 4 years.
He's had as many black girlfriends, probably more black girlfriends, than he's had white girlfriends in the past. I don't think colour was an issue for him either. It was just the person and whether we got on. And I have more in common with Derek than I have with anybody else I've ever been with in the years since I was grown up enough to be with anybody. I can't honestly say that I've ever had a problem off a single other white woman. If I've had any problems, which are very small, it would be from the odd black woman who's accused me of stealing a black man, which is ridiculous because I couldn't steal him. I didn't sort of pick him up, stick him in my handbag and run off with him. You know, he wanted to come, we fell in love, and that was it. We just had a relationship. Derek's sister is married to a white guy. I've never accused her of stealing a white man. I mean, that's who she chooses to fall in love with. They make a great couple, and I'm very happy for them.
I wonder sometimes about the psyche of the black man who, if he's marrying his white woman for love, that's fine. But if he's got something against black women, or, you know, the famous cry, I can't find a black woman who's into the things I'm into. And you say, well, what are you into? And they say, well, tennis and horse riding. And then in the next breath, tennis, horse riding, and rice and peas and chicken. You sort of think, well, hold on a minute. The same way the white woman learned how to cook, if you're not meeting black women who play tennis and go horse riding, then take them.
I know a lot of black women are very angry and upset at the moment. So many affluent or successful black men choose to have white partners. And I can understand their anger. But whether one can therefore accuse these of being kind of systematically plotted things, I don't think it's sustainable.
Today, half of all British-born black men and a growing number of black women have a white partner. For mixed-race adults, their relationships have everything to do with love, but are often complicated by how they see themselves.
There's a lot of light-skinned black people who want black partners because they don't want their children growing up and being abused. The partners that I've had have always been black. You could say I love black men to that effect. But I've just never really had the chance to date a white man, to be honest with you, because the couple of relationships that I've had have both been like long term, so I've never really had a chance to sort of see anybody else.
I've had one black boyfriend, but I found I didn't relate to him at all. So when I married, it was to a white person, but it was white mainly because our backgrounds were similar, although his parents were both white, but our experiences were similar as well. So that's what was much more a deciding factor than my parents. But I think they didn't force on us that you should be marrying black or you should be marrying white. It was, who you got along with, really.
I can't really see myself in a mixed relationship. I don't think it would suit me. I feel as though there'd be a lot of explaining, and I'd lose some sort of Caribbean or African input if I were to marry someone English. But as I say never, you never know.